Shalom Aleichem and welcome back. In this week's Parsha, we learn about the Para Aduma, the special red cow or heifer, which was used to purify a Yid who came into contact with a dead body. Now the Rambam in Hilchos Para Aduma tells us that there were 9 Para Adumas which were produced, and that the 10th one will be made by Melech HaMashiach. May he be revealed speedily. Amen. May be the will of Hashem. Now the question is, why does the Rambam insert a prayer, a tefillah for Mashiach, in the middle of a halacha? So the Rebbe explains that the Rambam is trying to tell us a lesson. The lesson is that Mashiach should be on our minds all the time. And that is that just like we're supposed to believe in Mashiach, that he can come anytime, so too we must always await him. Awaiting means that you're feeling lacking without Mashiach. And therefore, as soon as the subject comes up, you cannot hold yourself back, and you have to say a tefillah that Mashiach should come now. And once we have this halacha once, we don't have to repeat it every time, but it's one time is enough for a lesson in general. We find a similar idea. Rashi tells us that in Parshas Noach, that we see that when the pasuk mentions Noach, the pasuk says Noach ish tzaddik. Now from here we learn that you have to praise the tzaddik when you mention his name. Now that lesson isn't repeated every time in the Torah there's a mentioning of a tzaddik. We have the lesson once, and that's enough, a lesson in our life, that this is how we're supposed to act. Now, in another Sikha, the Rebbe says that part of awaiting Mashiach, having the yearning, also includes learning the halachas of Mashiach, which will also help speed up his coming. And in another Sikha, the Rebbe says that we can have 2 benefits by learning about the Geula. One is, it'll help us have a mindset of Geula, which will affect our machshava, dibur, and maaseh, and will also help us feel in a tangible way that Mashiach is coming very soon. Just an example, 2 examples which come to my mind about having a Mashiach mindset. One is with a certain elderly, wealthy chassid who told the Rebbe if he'll make it to a certain age, to a certain time of the year, he'll give a lot of money to tzedakah. The Rebbe said, "What? I'm talking about Mashiach, making a whole tumult about Mashiach. And I'm expecting that your mind should not allow yourself to speak such words. If you will live, for sure a Yid thinks that you're going to live. You have bitachon." Another interesting thing I saw once in a letter from the Rebbe, and that is regarding how a person should treat his wife. Standing at the threshold of Mashiach, a person should give his wife the utmost respect, which is befitting somebody who's holding in the time of Mashiach. Because of course the Torah tells us how we're supposed to treat a wife with love and endearment. So for sure, when we're at the time of Mashiach, we're at the time of perfection of all the mitzvahs and our character traits. So how much more so we will treat each other, and for sure our own spouses, with the proper respect. It will be zeichem to the coming of Mashiach, and then we will of course have the 10th Para Aduma. Kol tov and a good chance.